A few years ago, I moved into a small one-bedroom apartment in an old building downtown. The rent was cheap, and I was thrilled to have a place of my own. The building had a lot of character: high ceilings, creaky wooden floors, and big windows that let in lots of light during the day. At night, though, it felt different. One evening, after unpacking some boxes, I decided to take a shower. As I stepped out of the bathroom, I heard a faint, melodic humming. It sounded like an old lullaby. I paused, listening intently. The sound was coming from the hallway. I lived alone, so hearing someone humming in my apartment was unsettling, to say the least. I wrapped myself in a towel and cautiously peeked out into the hall. There was no one there. The humming stopped as abruptly as it had started, leaving me standing in eerie silence. I shook off the feeling of unease and told myself it must have been a neighbor, though the sound seemed too close for that. I got dressed and tried to focus on organizing my new place, but the strange experience lingered in the back of my mind. A few nights later, I was lying in bed, reading, when I heard the humming again. This time it was louder, clearer. It was the same lullaby, the same haunting melody. My heart raced as I listened. It was definitely coming from inside my apartment. I got up and walked slowly towards the living room, my hands trembling. The humming grew louder as I approached the kitchen. I flicked on the light, and the sound stopped. The room was empty. I searched every corner, every closet, but found nothing. I tried to convince myself it was my imagination, playing tricks on me in the silence of the night. I went back to bed, but sleep didn't come easily. Over the next few weeks, the humming became a regular occurrence. Sometimes it would start in the middle of the night, other times during the day when I was home alone. It was always the same tune, always faint but unmistakable. One night, determined to find the source, I set up my phone to record audio while I slept. The next morning, I played back the recording, my heart pounding with anticipation. At first, there was nothing but the sound of me turning in bed. Then, around 2 a.m., the humming started. It was louder than I had ever heard it before. It seemed to be right next to the phone. I decided to do some research on the building. I went to the local library and dug through old records and newspapers. What I found chilled me to the bone. Decades ago, a woman named Eleanor had lived in my apartment. She was known for singing lullabies to her infant daughter. Tragically, both mother and child died in a fire that had gutted the building. I couldn't shake the feeling that Eleanor's spirit was still there, singing to her lost child. The humming never stopped, but it became less frequent. I started talking to her, telling her I meant no harm, hoping to bring her some peace. Eventually, I moved out, unable to handle the constant unease. I still think about Eleanor and her lullaby. Sometimes in the dead of night, I wake up with that haunting melody echoing in my mind, and I wonder if she ever found the peace she was searching for.